not joking. All my guys, them know me.
Hey lovelies, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Melissa Oti, and if you're new on this channel, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell so that whenever I post new content on this channel, you'll be the very first to find out. Please guys, just smash that like button. It's very important. Do it for me. So guys, how have you guys been? How are you guys doing? I know I've not been posting as much as I used to. I mean, I used to post every two days, every three days back then. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you guys the reason why I've been a bit laid back in my next vlog, which should come up. I think probably the next two videos. After this one, there's another one coming up, and then after that one, the vlog. I'm going to explain everything. So you guys, please, for now, just bear with your girl. Just manage me as you see me, okay? Very important. So guys, there are a lot of things that have been going on about this care visa, right? You guys know it's not my main niche. Talking about healthcare visa is not my main niche. In case you're seeing me here for the first time, it is not my main niche. It's just something I come up to update you guys from time to time. So in one of my videos where I came out here to announce that the UK government has decided to continue recruiting overseas care assistants, someone replied in the comment section that it's not true because there are no more jobs online. And even my fellow YouTubers that post care jobs, the person said that YouTubers do post expired jobs that are not accepting overseas carers, jobs that are mainly for people living in the UK, companies that are basically not recruiting. I don't know about that because myself, I don't post jobs on this channel and I don't really watch those kind of content because it's not really what I'm seeking. But yeah, that was what the person said. And even in my DM, so person said that there have been lots of delays in issuing COS, and some persons even had their COS withdrawn by the companies, that the companies told them they will get back to them. When this lady told me, it felt so absurd. I was like, are you really sure? She had to send me the email that the company sent, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually real. So like I had to like browse, check up on UK, watch videos. Like I had to like try to get information to know why this is happening. And I've been able to get some information, which of course I'm going to be sharing with you guys so you guys can relax your nerves. But before I go on, guys, what do healthcare workers do? Because I feel like some persons don't even know what healthcare workers do, because they come into the UK and they become so frustrated. They're like, is this what the job entails? I beg, I don't tire. I beg, I know if you do this kind of job. I beg. But what can you do? I don't know if they finally agree that if you come on care visa that you can now work in other sector. I know they have it on the pipeline. I don't know if it has been approved. But for now, as start today, that I know of, if you're working as a care assistant or as a carer or as a healthcare worker, if you want to do locum or extra shift, it has to be in that profession. You can't just come as a carer and then go into sales to pick extra shifts, or going to warehouse, working as an Amazon rep, customer rep. You can't. I don't know if it has been changed. I'm not updated on that, but as what I know is that you're not allowed to, right? So when you come as a carer, you're short and like, oh my gosh, I don't feel do this thing. I beg, I'm just frustrated. This, that, blah, blah. What can you do at that point? You become frustrated because definitely you can't go back. We know that a lot of people sell properties to come to the UK. In fact, so many things to be told, which of course I can't say on the channel because I cannot prove it, but we all know what goes on underground to get this job. It is not as easy as it looks. So healthcare workers, basically, they take care of vulnerable individuals. You could work as a domiciliary carer, work in a care home, work in a hospital, work as a living carer. The most important thing is that you're taking care of individuals. Even as a support worker, you're still looking after vulnerable individuals. Sure, that support worker is a bit mild, especially with learning disabilities, because most of them are independent, so you don't really need to do all that toileting, hoisting, and all that. Basically, you just take them out into the environment and try to make them as independent as possible. But if you're coming to work as a domiciliary carer, note that you're going to look after individuals. You're going to bathe them, clean them, cook for them in some cases, feed them, constantly change their pad. If they pee, if they poo, you change them. So in some cases, some are trained to give medication. You do shopping for them. You make sure that everything is okay, you clean. You wash their toilet, their bathroom. You make sure that their home is very clean. You know the way you look after your newborn, the way you look after your baby. Exactly. If they are sick, you have to book appointments for them to see their GP. Imagine yourself looking after your grandmother or your grandfather. Exactly. Exactly. So you can see that the job is not the easiest of jobs to do. So in case you're thinking about quitting your job wherever you are, wherever country that you're from, or selling your own properties, know that this is exactly what you're going to do for the next 5 years. So think about it. I'm not here to discourage anybody, but think about it. Can you actually do it? If you can't, then good. In order to get this job, most times it's experience. You don't really need a formal qualification. By formal qualification, I mean you don't need to have a BSc, OND, HND, whatever they call it, Masters, PhD. No, you don't really need to have it. Basically, you just need to have your IELTS. That's if you do not have any formal qualification. You have to study hard and pass your IELTS. And then certifications. I've talked about certifications from Flores Academy. You know the 15 standard of care certificate. I've talked about it. You can check the link in my description box for the certifications that you need to do. Yes, you need to have them. And experience. They don't play with experience. For experience, you need to volunteer in hospitals. Just volunteer basically, and make sure they will be able to provide a reference upon you getting a job. That is it. Now, you guys, remember that I came on here a few weeks back to talk about this healthcare visa route, that it has finally been approved and they've decided to progress with it, right? Now, the UK government, they've not only decided to continue recruiting overseas carers, they've also put in place some things that will make life easier for both the employers and employees. And one of them is to help providers attract overseas candidates, a shared recruitment resource that looks at the whole region needs, providing an advice or checking service for sponsorship, license or visa applications, helping new arrivals to access affordable housing, helping international recruits with solutions to work travel requirements, for example, helping them gain a UK driving license, developing pastoral support such as boarding schemes. So they've made these things in place to help both employers and employees. So basically, employers now need to apply to get this grant. It's not an automatic grant. They don't just say, oh, because you're a licensed COS provider, then automatically you qualify to get these funds. No, guys. So most employers will now need to apply to get this grant from the government, and you know it takes time. So when the 12 months duration was approaching, most employers, they literally like reduced the rate at which they recruit overseas carers. Some even stopped because they didn't know the next move. They had to wait for government to say something. Now that government has said something, I believe that they will start recruiting again. And then for some persons that are complaining that their COS is being delayed, or the employers took back their COS from them and stuff like that, I don't know how true it is. So somebody that actually sent me the email, an employer sent to her basically. So in this situation, I believe that they had to stop it because of this grant of a thing. I want to believe that they are in the process of applying for this grant, or they've applied for it already. I'm probably just waiting to hear from the government, like I said, because I don't think it's everybody that will just qualify for it automatically before progressing with that COS. So if you fall into this category, I think you should just be really, really patient. Believe me. I believe if you've gone through the process of interview, you've gotten a job, your job should still be secured. I want to believe that. I'm not 100% certain on that. So on the COS, some companies are still giving out COS, but not so many companies are. So they still need time to like put their things together before deciding to continue. Also, I want to mention that some persons feel like Nigerians are being stereotyped, Nigerians are being labeled by some employers. Some people have stopped recruiting Nigerians. Seriously, I don't really blame them so much. I really don't. I've heard so many stories of what Africans are doing to their employers, not showing up at work, you know, calling in sick often because obviously they are tired of the job. You know, when you come into this country, it takes time to settle. You might be depressed at some point, you might be frustrated at some point. Your emotions might just be going up and down and up and down. Trust me, it's very normal. But that does not mean you have to play with your job. Your job brought you here, so you have a responsibility to show up. So, you know, in the process of settling and all that, some people just don't want to show up at work. They always calling sick. And you know, some employers, they have in place sick pay. Like if you call in sick for a certain number of time, they will pay you. Because I feel like there's something for us, we just feel relaxed. Frankly, some employers just don't want to employ Nigerians. They are not being open about like, I'm not going to employ Nigerians. Of course not. But because, you know, when it comes to employment, you have to make sure you include BAME. They have to make sure it's balanced up. Like they employ people from different continents. So you get the people from other minority and all that. They can't even openly come out and say, oh, they're not employing Nigerians. So maybe if Nigerians get stressing them, they rather just employ a Kenyan or a Ghanaian. But to be frank, if you call them now and they ask you, oh, where are you from? Where are you calling from? Or something like, oh, I'm in the UK, but I'm calling on behalf of my sister or my brother that is in Nigeria. They might just tell you, oh, sorry, we're not recruiting. But meanwhile, they are recruiting because they are saving their head. They don't want wahala. So I'm not yet to like label Africans, but some African employers too, they also have the share of their blame. Like your fellow Nigerian will come because both of you are both Nigerians. You don't pay them their full pay. You just treat them anyhow because you feel like they don't have a voice, or you feel like there's a sort of agreement between the two of you, and you know fully well that candidate cannot go out to report to citizens advice, probably because he or she not really married the job and stuff like that. So if I'm to say, I don't even know, like when it comes to this issue, I'm just trying to like count my words. But if I'm to say, avoid our people, like when it comes to like this care job, avoid our people. I know we are desperate and all that, we just want to enter. So people just have that mentality, like, I just want to enter, let me just enter first. When you enter first, do you think it's actually easy for you to just leave that employer? You will still be stuck with them for probably 6 months or 3 months or 4 months. It's not the easiest of things to do. So if I'm to say, just avoid giving anybody your money. Really, you really just have to try your best to avoid our people when it comes to this care visa thing, because our people are just messing things up, which is so sad. If you hear people's experience, you almost cry, which I can't share because I can't prove it. You get the point? But please just trade with caution, guys. So I hope I've been able to answer your questions. I promise these 2 persons that I'm going to make a video on that. I'll make a research and make a video so that others can also learn at the same time. So I hope you guys have been able to understand the reason why they have been delaying COS, and at the same time why your COS have been withdrawn. Just relax. Everything is time and patience. Get the point? It's never easy. It's never easy. Even those in the UK here, when they are looking for a job, they still sweat it out. It's not easy anywhere. Trust me, it's not. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And of course, I'm going to see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.